Welcome back to the FC24 Chelsea Career Mode. We are ploughing on towards the end of the calendar year today. We've got the final episode of December 2024 before we head into the January transfer window. 4 games for you today, including a cup quarter-final against the side that we recently actually lost against. So we certainly have to make sure we take that one seriously if we have any real, genuine ambitions of winning a domestic treble this season. Brentford away to begin with. They're on 9 points and struggling so far this season, to say the least. Then Coventry and Bournemouth at the end of the episode before we head into the January transfer window, where we've gotten a favourable FA Cup draw. And should we beat Newcastle in the Carabao Cup quarter-final there will be 2 further cup games drawn in the month of January. And if we beat Preston, I fully expect another FA Cup game to be drawn on the 25th as well. So, busy month, to say the least, but we're going to try our best to continue to win all 3 competitions this season. We find ourselves 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table so far this season, having a very, very strong start to the Premier League campaign. Brentford sits second bottom, so rather understandably, that'll be the one of the 4 that we sim today at the beginning of the episode with the tactical view. But moving forward towards the January transfer window, I've got your feedback from the last episode on board, and I have a couple of targets isolated for that backup right back spot. They're currently being scouted, and we'll show you more of that in the January transfer window episode tomorrow. But we're concentrating on-field action today, and hopefully that on-field action will go very well for us. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section down below to maybe have your name behind me as well. Steve Barton, thank you to you. And ESW, and of course PPR Norris as well. Thank you all 3 of you for your continued support in the comment section, and everybody else as well. Let's crack on, shall we? Brentford away to begin with. Let's have a look at their pre-match report. Charles de Ketelaere up top. Used to grow very well in FIFA career modes at AC Milan. Not got as high a potential this year, so snapped up by Brentford instead, and now lining up top for them. Noticeably, David Raya is back at Brentford now, you see, on the subs bench as well. They're not missing anyone, but new signing Carlos Vela out on the right-hand side will be dangerous. They've won 1 of their last 5 games, but they have only lost 2 of those last 5 games as well. So whilst they might be 19th, they're not in terrible form. So we hope that it will be straightforward, playing against their kick and rush, but it's not necessarily a given. Martson down the line to Christopher Nkunku. He's gone again, Martson, and he'll get it. Mudryk was inside calling for it. Here's Conor Gallagher. There's Michaela Mudryk. There's Noni Madueke. And Flecken with a smart save down low to deny us an early goal. It's a lovely switch by Charles de Ketelaere. He's picked up Rico Henry very well indeed. Brentford getting forward here. And de Ketelaere finds Vela. And that is 1-0 Brentford. The home fans erupt. Thomas Frank delighted. And their new Mexican winger gives them a 1-0 lead. All came from a switch from de Ketelaere, who actually gets the assist as well. Martson just doesn't go with the runner at all, and they're in front. Vela, de Ketelaere, 2-0 Brentford. If we went in at half-time 1-0 down, I felt that maybe with a couple of changes, some first-team players back in the 11, we might have been able to turn it around. But from 2 goals down, this is looking like it might actually be more of an uphill task than we feared it was going to be in the first place. Brentford, now, if they win this, will be above the record low points tally that Derby set of 11. They'll be up to 12, so they're safe of that at least, but certainly still not safe from relegation. We did rotate the 11 a little bit, but mainly because of the form of Brentford. Like, the players I put in are still of high enough quality to do the business. Players like Noni Madueke, Joao Palhinha, Conor Gallagher, etc. Can we get one back before half-time? 2 minutes added on, top left as you can see. And Nkunku will find Noni Madueke. But Palhinha's on it now. If you could move, please, Mauricio, that'd be lovely. I think time is just going to run out here. No idea what's going on. There's the ball in the middle. Broja! We do get one back before half-time. The ball emerges from the frame of Mauricio Pochettino, where Armando Broja is there to turn it home. Palhinha and Noni Madueke taking their time, but picked out beautifully in the middle, and an equally impressive, in fact, even more so impressive finish from Armando Broja. Wonderful technique, excellent precision, and we're back in the game. Sterling And Broja. And Sterling. And Nkunku. There's the instant equaliser as well. We have turned it around entirely. A minute before half-time, 4 minutes after half-time, Raheem Sterling, the man involved off the bench to get the assist, and Nkunku buries. Okay, game on again. Maybe this is why Brentford are where they are in the league, because they can't hold on to a lead. Right, okay. 3-2, Brentford. They've just come back at us again. Jada Silva's running over to celebrate with the manager. And we're behind again. Conor Gallagher just ignores the man entirely. And he somehow managed to squeeze that in the near post. Diogo, that is not great from you, pal, from there. Oh, you see him in the face as well. Oh, it's even more embarrassing. Broja in the box. 3-3. Well, this is turning into quite the game of football, isn't it? Not even at the hour mark yet, and there's been 6 goals already. Broja with the brace. And Nkunku into him. Good control, and to be fair, from there, it's all about shot power from Armando Broja. He's just devastating when he has the time and space to put his foot right through it. 3-3, game on again. Hickey. It's going to fall to Jensen. It's bloody 4-3 Brentford. What is happening? This is unbelievable. In the 63rd minute, just 4 minutes after we equalised, they've gone and scored again. It was 2-1 at half-time. It's now 4-3. We've only played 15 to 18 minutes. It's a brilliant finish as well. Christ alive. What is happening? De Ketelaere to Wissa again. And Ferreira and De Ketelaere. And that's another for Brentford. Diogo Costa's had an absolute nightmare today. It's Brentford 5, Chelsea 3. They continue to be the bloody bogey team, don't they? Try and narrow the deficit, perhaps. Shot straight at Flecken, and the final whistle goes. It's an 8-goal game here at the GTEC Community Stadium. Unfortunately, only 3 of them went our way. Giant win and performance from Brentford. They fired themselves into a 2-0 lead. We pegged them back. Then they went ahead again. Then we pegged them back again. And they just kept going. Unbelievable stuff. Newcastle next in the Carabao Cup quarterfinal. And I need a response. Newcastle were slightly fatigued last time we played them. That is the case again. But they were able to beat me last time. So don't read too much into that fatigue at all. They're playing a flat 4-3-3. Options on the bench. Not amazingly strong, apart from, obviously, Sandro Tonali. Felipe Anderson is alright, but slightly fatigued. And the rest are neither here nor there, but still, it's a decent 11. I'm not sure who Minter is, but I imagine he must be half decent, otherwise Newcastle wouldn't have looked into him. They play the Gegenpress, which, again, is why they're as fatigued as they are. And hopefully, with a full-strength 11 this time around, apart from Badiashile, who's evidently still tired. So, Trevor Chalobah can come in. There's been call, actually, to sell DSRC and sign a new world-class centre-back in that position, which I kind of get, but DSRC's been rock solid, so I'm not massively pro that. I certainly won't be doing it in January, but maybe in the summer, if you guys are still absolutely sure that you want like an 86, 7, 8 rated centre-back to partner up alongside Fofana. For now, though, let's try and do the business against Newcastle in the Cup, shall we? Minter. Into Bentancur. Harvey Barnes, tackled by Reece James. Minter, we just had a quick look at him on stream. Minter is a really young Feyenoord player in real life who starts at 65 rated, but has the potential to get to the mid-80s. So he's certainly a good player for career mode, longer term. But with this being... Nice header by Tammy. With this being only Season 2, I'm not sure he's really going to have grown enough to warrant an inclusion here. Tammy's up again. Try and turn on this with Pedro. Find Christopher Nkunku. He's got Fofana there. Little back heel to Enzo. Pedro Gonçalves. And Enzo again. Gonçalves again. Wide. Deflected by Botman. Out for a corner. Minter is rapid, however. So whilst technically he might not be at it, he is very, very quick. So he can certainly damage us, given the chance. We just need to not give him the chance. We've had plenty of chances in the opening 10 minutes. Botman's picked up an injury now, unfortunately, for Newcastle. But it's still 0-0 here. Switch. Sterling's out there. Oh, just over the head of Joel Linton. Tammy wanted it. He won't get it now. He will get it now. And Tammy Abraham draws the save out of Nick Pope. It's a good stop by the big man. James with the delivery. Tammy's there. Pope's come for it again and claims again. Oi, Nick Pope needs to get into some sort of limbo competition because that is the most flexible I've ever seen anyone ever. He comes up, he grabs the ball from inside his defender's chest, and then as the defender falls on him, he doesn't actually touch the floor here. That is unbelievable core muscles from Nick Pope. He's actually levitating. He's entirely off the floor here, Nick Pope, with his feet in the air. Plants his heels and up he gets. What is that? Bentancur into Joe Willock. Options. Isak. Minte. Turns well. Wait for the cutback. He cut back for the shot, not the pass. Diogo made the save. See you, pal. But that could have been very dangerous. Oh, get there, Raheem. No, Sven Botman in the way. Botman is bossing it at the back for Newcastle right now. If we are to sign a new centre-back, maybe Sven Botman's the man, because he's certainly putting in a great shift so far today at Stamford Bridge. If he was doing that every week in blue and white rather than black and white, maybe that would be a change that we could see happen to our starting 11 next season. Again, I'm only planning on signing that backup right back as it stands right now in January, but if you guys would like to see a new would like to see a new centre-back alongside Fofana, a much higher centre-back right from the off, rather than someone that we're hoping will grow, like the other players we've got at the club, then I am happy to do so. Meant for Tammy. Nearly found Sterling. Finds Joel Linton there. Caicedo, well, rather than chest it, he's just let it hit him on the top of the head. That would be 0-0 at half-time then. Manquillo into Minter. Oh, he's going to use that acceleration now, isn't he? Chile trying to stick with him and does really well to do so. Corner Newcastle. 10 minutes into this second half. We're still waiting for the first chance of it. But Newcastle eager to be the team that have it. So eager, in fact. They're trying to force passes where there just isn't an option. Or not that back to Nkunku. Come back out here to Sterling. That's really good football. Sterling's on his own here, though. But he's got the pace to get away. And just as we were worried about Minter's pace, they need to be worried about Raheem Sterling's. That's Chelsea 1, Newcastle 0 as we take the advantage in this Carabao Cup quarter-final. Is that the goal that sends us through to a double-legged semi-final? It may well be. Tidy finish. Fofana with a switch. Felipe Anderson nips in to steal that away. And Isak plays Felipe Anderson in here. Defender misses the tackle. And it's a save by Diogo Costa. We're making changes as Nkunku comes off for Mudryk. And Pedro Gonçalves is being moved to Cam in Nkunku's place. This is whipped near post. And Felipe Anderson wins the header, scores the goal, 1-1. Mudryk looked at it, watched him head it, and then felt bad because he should have done something different. Enzo loses his man, and then, well, Mudryk's just not even trying to win the ball. In fact, he does a stand tackle. Sick. Intercepted by Sterling. It's poor from Manquillo. That was meant for Enzo. That was meant for Enzo. We'll look for Mikhailo. Pace. Mikhailo. Good save, Nick Pope. Good stop by the keeper, keeping his team in it. Come on then. They scored a header from a corner. Can we do the same? No! Oh my lord, so very close, but Fofana doesn't get his goal. It's Caicedo. Bit of space to get into. Enzo's calling for it. And you can have it finally. Oh, it's dreamy to Sterling. Sterling has Tammy with me. Tammy! Might just have sent us to the semi-finals. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. Chelsea's number 9 at it again. And for the second time today, Raheem Sterling integral in the scoring of the goal. Although that through ball to him from, I think, Gonçalves was equally just as impressive. I'm quite happy to just see this out from here, to be honest. I don't feel the need to try and score another goal at all. Sorry, Newcastle fans, but I am just making sure I make it to the semi-final. Fofana all the way back home, and that's a 2-1 win. Strong result against the good team sends us through to the next round of the Cup and is a great response to the hammering from Brentford. Up next, we're back to Premier League action against Coventry City, playing in the Premier League for the first time in what must be 20 years. As Arsenal beat Stevenage to get through to the semi-finals as well. So we will play either Arsenal, Wolves, Leeds or Manchester City in the semi-finals. I'd rather Leeds or Wolves, to be honest, but I don't know as we're actually going to have that luxury. I'll end up with Arsenal or City, knowing my luck. Yep. Manchester bloody City. What are the... Oh, I just knew it. Arsenal, Wolves, Manchester City, Chelsea is the draw for the Carabao Cup semi-final. Bugger is probably the one word that comes to mind that's a little bit more ad-friendly, but certainly I was not thinking of the word bugger. Chelsea versus Coventry next. 20 points so far this season. They're doing very well, to be fair. Ellis Sims up top for them alongside Wright. Got Jamie O'Hare there. Is it Jamie O'Hare? Callum O'Hare? He's formerly a West Ham, isn't he? O'Hare there in the middle. Van Everijk on the right-hand side will be decent. Latabaudiere is a player that my brain associates with Swansea more so than Coventry, but I don't know whether that's because of real life or because of other career mode saves, or Football Manager maybe even. And then Jake Bidwell at left wing back. 5 back 4 them will be difficult to break down, but 3 wins in their last 5 games. They're not to be written off, this Coventry City side, at all. How are we going to get on against their 5 at the back? I didn't actually check to see what their play style was, Coventry, but I imagine they're not overly aggressive, being a newly promoted side. Jesus Christ! What are the chances? As soon as I say I imagine they're not overly aggressive, then they kill someone. Wow. Cole Palmer couldn't quite get his shot away, but what even was that attempted tackle on Raheem Sterling? I'm surprised Sterling can even walk after that. It was disgusting from the Coventry City man. Can Broja get to that? He certainly can. Can he get to that? He certainly can. Armando Broja taking it all upon himself here to do the business. I'm going to need that support. Here it arrives. Conor Gallagher looking for Sterling, finding him. Gets lucky that it falls back to him. Here's Leslie Ugachukwu, but it's blocked well by the defender. Okay. Well, Coventry certainly using physicality to their advantage, to say the least. But so far, they're not actually... been able to create anything themselves, but they are keeping me out. Sterling's in the way. Broja, Conor Gallagher. Cole Palmer's made the run. We'll look to spin in on his left. It's brilliant from Cole Palmer. It's absolutely wonderful from Cole Palmer. Making the difference so far. Nearly had the chance early in the game. And he doesn't fail second time around. That's 1-0. Gallagher snapping at the heels. Reece James in the way. And a counter-attack denied by Thomas. Little dink. Wright does well to bring it down. Here's Bidwell again. And Reece James intercepts. That was not meant to go there, though, was it? Why on earth would I want to play it to him? Bidwell cuts it back. O'Hare, formerly of Aston Villa, not West Ham, as I previously mentioned. I got the Claret and Blues mixed up. Callum O'Hare with the corner himself after taking the chance that... Unfortunately for him, was well saved. Did that come off Ellis Sims last? It did. It's a goal kick. Our lead stays. And Coventry are being very patient here and trying to break apart our defensive line. And then Callum plays a risky pass. He doesn't have any patience. It doesn't work for them. And they might concede a second goal because of it. Looking for Broja through the gap. Surely they will concede a second goal because of it now. Armando doesn't miss chances like that. Chelsea 2, Coventry 0. Armando Broja is the best 78 rated striker you've ever seen. Most clinical at the very least. Is Broja going to make me a run? Is anyone going to make me a run? They're all pretty static in the middle. That was meant for Leslie. It finds Leslie in the end. Pedro Gonçalves is making me a run. Good lad. Ever reliable Pedro Gonçalves to be on his bike and going for it. Broja's header was on target. Desabato does very well to stop us adding a third to the tally. At 2-0, I feel like the game is pretty safe. At 3, it's definitely over. I just ran into them, and then they've just kicked it straight to me again. There's a lack of quality in this second half, to say the least, so far. Gonçalves looking for Cole Palmer, looking to spin. Look for Conor Gallagher. Broja's there through that gap. He'll look to spin his defender as well, which he's done very well. And it's, again, just pure shot power from Armando Broja that sees him score the goal. Who needs a 90 rated striker when you've got Tammy Abraham at 83 and Broja at 78? Between them, they're better than any striker I could possibly have. Well in, Leslie. Proper determination in the 88th minute from the centre mid. You love to see it. You never stop till the whistle goes. And Leslie, even after the whistle's gone, doesn't stop. He runs back to the dressing room. He's just full of beans, Leslie Ugochukwu, and we absolutely love it. He too is a lower rated player that has been pretty damn good when called upon. 3-0 up here against Coventry. We will get the win, and it will be a clean sheet as well. Ref, if you don't mind. You said 2 minutes. We're in the 95th now, pal. Thank you. That's better in the league. That will help us at least oh God, I've just kicked everything over with my bin. That will help minimalise the damage from that Brentford game. I've now got Cherry Pepsi Max all over my office floor. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go and clean that up, and I'll see you in the game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth then for the final game. They've lost their last 2. They drew the 2 before that. They haven't won in 4 games. Tyler Adams in their midfield. Justin Clover out on the right-hand side. Traore on the left will be rapid, and Kwame up top will be strong as well. It's not a bad team, to be fair. Neto in goal is very reliable also. With Simikas at left back, Senesi and slightly tired Chris Mepham, they should still have a pretty decent defence too. Antoine Semenyo could maybe do something off the bench. Kiefer Moore, perhaps. They play on standard, as do we. We've rotated a little bit for a few of the games today. And again, Badiashile will have to drop out forced down. I need to change his training plan because he's on for sharpness recovery rather than fitness recovery, because he was previously just on the bench. Martson will come out here then for, well, actually, might as well just leave Martson there because everyone else is knackered too. Okay, well, we'll be full strength then against Bournemouth. They shall get the full wrath of the Chelsea boys for the first time since it was added in, playing in the 3rd kit. Pretty sure it's the first time playing in the new 3rd strip. I've got to give, I'm sorry, Tammy. I've got to give Broja the start. I can't, he's knackered. All right, never mind. Tammy plays. We want more, scream the crowd. It's 0-0, lads. So it's kind of we want anything, not we want more. We haven't had anything yet. Clover with options. DSRC intercepts. Bournemouth starting on the front foot, though. And Tyler Adams getting stuck the hell in, too. Forcing backwards by blocking off the passing alley. Clover, DSRC in the way. He's rock solid, DSRC. I'm really surprised that you guys want rid of him, but your wish is my command, I suppose, to some extent. Getting away. And Kunku's the one that wants it. It's Tammy that's found. Tammy. Oh, Neto's got to do better. There's no excuse. He just has to do better. Oh my God, I nearly kicked the bloody bin over again. Why are you, am I sat, what is happening? Tammy Abraham beats his man, but the keeper's got to do better with that. There's no excuse for Neto. It's just really poor from him. It's not even right in the corner. It's just bad goalkeeping. Marcondes and Clover. Come on, you Reds, they sing. And the Reds are coming on. And Adam Smith draws the save out of Diogo Costa, the right back and captain. Nearly immediately had the response for Bournemouth. Enzo can get to that and clear it, but only as far as Marcondes. Takes an age to bring it down, but still finds Rothwell. Decent effort, decent save. Nkunku eventually got it under control. Tammy's making a run into a channel, but Mepham stands firm. Between the two of them, it's the advantage that goes Bournemouth's way. And Nkunku's won that bet really well, though. Right, that is Caicedo. Enzo is getting away from his man, and Tammy's the man through the middle. And Tammy Abraham slots in a second. Very simple for the Tamster. We lead by 2-0, cutting them apart right down the middle. Well, other than the Brentford game, everything else has gone according to plan. Apart from perhaps the draw in the Cup against Manchester City, which certainly is not favourable. It's hard enough to play him once, let alone twice. Marcondes. Caicedo steps in well. Enzo. Sterling. And Chile. And Kunku's the one making the moves. Cutting them apart through the middle again. Raheem Sterling. And Pedro. Oh, Pedders. Got to be better than that, mate. It's not the first time Chelsea have had a Pedro on the wing, but I'll tell you what, the Spaniard was certainly better at finishing than the Portuguese, even though the Portuguese does have, supposedly, very good finishing stats. I, on occasion, would like to disagree. He's got to do better with that. I know it's first time, but at full pelt, but still. The goal is there, gaping, waiting to just slot it home. To not hit the target is not good enough. Tsimikas, Traore, final whistle. About to go here. Again, the clean sheet would be preferable. We've been much more solid at the back. Apart from the Brentford game. I wasn't in control of that one. Apart from the Brentford game, we've been very solid at the back today and have been of late. But another 3 points. Arsenal actually extend their lead to 3-1 over Tottenham. So they'll be continually trying to keep pace with us. Liverpool were one of the other sides that were also just a few points behind. And with our defeat to Brentford, the gap will be, well, it was 5. It will be at least 2, because we've then beaten Coventry and beaten Bournemouth as well. So we're at least 2 points clear at the top. We know that for sure. But are we potentially even more if other teams have dropped points as well? It's 3 points to gap. Liverpool still have a game in hand, to be fair to them, and can come up to 37. But they also have lost a game today. And the gap would still be 5 points to them, even if they win that game in hand. So 3 point gap to Manchester City and to Arsenal at this halfway stage of the season for us at 19 games played. Newcastle can come up to 38. Liverpool can come up to 37. So it's still at least a 3-way, maybe even now a 5-way fight for the Premier League title if Newcastle and Liverpool can win their games in hand. Who do they play? Liverpool have Manchester United. Newcastle have Middlesbrough. You'd certainly expect Newcastle to win. Whether Liverpool can get the win away from home at Old Trafford, I'm not sure. But Man United only 10th so far this season. Middlesbrough not cut out for Premier League football, it seems. Although Brentford have backed up their win against us with another one later in the episode. So fair play to them turning their form around. We have a very busy month of January, and it will only get busier still if we beat Preston, well, hopefully, when we beat Preston in the FA Cup. Going for all 3 domestic competitions this season. So far, so good. We will look to sign that backup right back in the next episode tomorrow as well. And maybe we'll see what bids come in. We might make a change or two to our team outside of that. But at the moment, no other plans other than a right back. But which right back, still not sure. Join me for tomorrow's episode and you'll find out exactly who it is that we do go with. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you come and follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you next time.